Okay, I think now we are live. So I'm going to split the small rooms. Before we go there, I would like to ask you, please, to present yourself to the person that you are talking to, and if there's some problem, you can chat me here. Just a moment. I think we are 10 people. Okay, we are going to create 3 rooms. Okay. So guys, we see each other in 1 hour. Thank you. Have a nice conversation.
Thank you.
So guys, we are going to stay together, Jean, Grace, and Everton. I would like to know you guys more. So Jean, can you please start present yourself for us, for everyone?
Sure. Well, nice to meet you,
Nice to
everyone.
meet you.
Well, my name is Jean Mireles. I'm from São Paulo, but I was born in Bahia, and I'm 28 years old. I'm working as a programmer, and I'm here to improve my English. You know?
Great. Nice to meet you, Jean. Gracie, can you please present yourself? We are not listening to you. I think it's on mute.
Yes, this was mute.
No
My name is
problem.
Gracie. I'm living in Dublin.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you need to know?
Oh, your age. What do you do? How did you discover
I'm a
TNT?
care I'm a care assistant, and I'm 33 years old, and I am here in Dublin for 1 year.
Really?
And
Mm-hmm.
I'm studying English here, but when I arrived here, I arrived in a bad moment
Mm-hmm.
because it was what is the pandemic, and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't go to school, and I just have online class, and now I am doing things for
Mm-hmm.
recover this time.
Oh, got it. And you're going to live here forever? There forever?
I don't know. I don't know. I have one more renewal here
Mm-hmm.
for 8 months, but I don't know if I want to stay here for my more time.
Mm-hmm. Got it. And it's your first time
I'm
here?
thinking
No problem. And it's your first time here on TNT or not?
in this conversation.
No, the TNT, like first time, or have you ever participated in other TNTs?
No, it's my first time.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's everyone present themselves, and then I will explain how it works for you. Okay.
Good.
Ever
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Everton, can you please
Nice to meet
present
you too.
yourself?
Yes, sure. Nice to meet you. Good evening. My
Good
name is
evening.
Weverton. I am 24 years old. I live in Santa Catarina. I started study English 6 months ago because I want to go to travel abroad and because my work and I I want to meet new peoples and new culture and that's it.
Okay, great. Nice to meet you, Everton. Luis Fernando, can you please present yourself? Are you listening to us? I think you are on mute. We are not listening. I think he's not listening. But okay.
So maybe, okay, somebody is
Oh.
talking to me.
Okay. Yes.
Oh,
Hi,
sorry.
Luis. No problem.
I was out. Okay.
No
I should introduce
problem.
myself, I guess.
Can you present yourself?
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Luis, and I live in São Luís, Maranhão. I'm 28, and I'm really into reading books. Of course, talking in English with all of you here. To all of you here. And also, I love watching series and videos on YouTube and Netflix. Yeah, that's a
Great.
little bit about me.
Great. Nice to meet you, Luis. Have you ever participated in other TNTs or is
Yes.
your first time?
No,
Oh.
that's not my first time. I was missing TNT. That's why I'm here.
Great. We are glad that you come back.
Thank you.
I'm going to send another some person here. Can be you, Everton, to another room because I think it's too
Yes,
crowded here.
I participated other times.
Okay. Can I split you to another room because I think we have 3 people just in one room. Do you mind if I split you there to the second?
Three times.
Oh, yes, but now we are here on 5 people here in this chat, and I need to move someone to another room because there's a room with 3 people only. Can I split you there? Can I move you to the next one?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. I'm going to, you just, let me, thank you. I think everything is going there. So I can, it's better to talk with less people. And so I'm going to explain to Gracie that she is the only one that has been here for the first time. Here on TNT, we are just like a conversation. We are not a class. So the host that this time is me. Okay, Luis. We find a subject, we send some questions to guide the conversation, and we talk about 1 hour about this topic. And today the topic is empathy. So we are going to talk about empathetic person and stuff like that. But each time, each conversation, we have different subjects to talk about. And 10 minutes before we finish, I bring people back here from the other rooms, and we get together and finish the conversation. And it's for free. I'll send again the questions for you. Just a moment to make sure that everybody knows the questions. So let's just start talking about empathy. The first question I would like to, Jean, I would ask you to read the first one and answer for us, please. And then we are going to go Grace and Luis too.
Sure. The first question is, how much empathy do you feel towards other people? I need to answer. Now?
Yeah. You can answer it.
Wow. I think it's empathy from person because you need to know how the other person feel about something or some situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's great, and I think it's very important, um, even in our country, because I don't know this word in English, but desigualdade in our country is so badly. So I
Mm-hmm.
think we need to be empathy with the other. So that's
Yes,
it.
I totally agree with you. How about you, Gracie? How much empathy do you feel towards other people?
I think I'm feeling very empathy, and I think my job helped me with this characteristic. And um, I think if I do some comparison, I have maybe 80% of empathy, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I ever try I ever try feel how other people feel as well,
Mm-hmm.
and most of the time is this form, but sometimes I can't. That's
Yes. Yes, I think we have lows and ups about this situation. It depends on the situation, right?
yes, yes.
Um, Luis, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Can you answer the first question for us?
Yes, I
Are
can.
you 80% empathy as Gracie or not?
Oh my, sorry, I can't answer this question because I just I just get here. I just got here. My, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I was out. Okay. And how much empathy do you feel towards other people?
Yes.
Oh, this question's hard. How much
I'm
empathy
sorry
do you
for
feel towards other people?
choosing that question.
Well, that's hard to measure. But I think um, I can kind of, put myself on other people's shoes just to understand how they are, feeling towards, for example, some difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I guess um, sometimes it is necessary, to try to understand why somebody you know, is asking for help, and if we can, that's my point of view. If I can contribute to change somebody's life for better, I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't hesitate, doing that. That's my opinion. But I feel, but I think I can feel a little bit of empathy toward other people
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know, no one's know what is coming. We might need someone else's help in the future. That's why we have to help harder as well.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Luis. I think I feel empathy, but it depends on the situation, as we were talking about. Sometimes I feel pity. I think it's pity the word about some situations, but sometimes uh, I am not able to do anything. But in the same way, I feel something about the person, like I feel sorry for that and stuff like that. But it's hard, as Liz said. It's hard to measure that. How much empathy do you feel? Gracie, can you please read the second question and answer,
Yes,
please?
Do you think it's possible to be too empathetic?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if the correct pronunciation. In what jobs in is
No,
empathy?
I think this one is the third. It's just the
Oh
second.
yes, yes.
You
Do
can
you think
answer.
it's possible to be too empathetic?
Yes,
Empath-
that's right.
Do you think it's possible to
Do you think you can like be too empathetic about the situation, like to be in other person's shoes, like too much or not?
Mm, I think yes. I think it is possible, but I again it's dependent of the situation because I think don't have a person who is too much empathetic
Mm-hmm.
because if you something happen with you and you don't like this, uh, I think don't be you won't be empathetic
Mm-hmm.
if you don't like something. And so I think it's not possible be too much empathetic. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's necessary to have a balance.
Yes, totally agree. How about you, Luis? Do you agree with Grace said?
Um, to be honest, it was a little bit hard, to follow, her steady point. But at some point, I agree with her. And yeah, I think it's possible to be empathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and as I said before, when you start putting yourself on someone's uh, shoes, you start being empathetic because you are, um, how can I put that another way? You are looking at things from different perspectives from a big map. You
Mm-hmm.
are kind of, looking at the advantage and the disadvantage of helping people. That is my standpoint so far.
Yes. Yes, I agree with you, Luis. How about you, Jean? Do you think it's possible to be too empathetic?
Well, it's kind of a hard question. uh, but as Luis told, I think it's uh, we need to put ourselves in this situation first, and then see how you can be empathetic with the other person. Because I think it's difficult to feel how the other feel because you're not in this position, So I think it's hard to be too empathetic, but it's possible.
Yes. Yes, I agree with you. I think it's possible, but I think in a certain way, when you are too empathetic, you start feeling so much pain about the person, and sometimes you don't have anything to do, like not to do, but you cannot take the action for the person. For example, one friend of mine, she broke up with her boyfriend, and she was like feeling pain, and she told me a lot of things. She's trying to uh, be happy with the situation, but she couldn't. I was empathetic because I felt the same some time ago, but I cannot do anything for her because like it's her life, and she has to do it by herself. So I think of course, I would like uh, take the pain of her, but we cannot sometimes, right? So I think it's one bad example, but it's one example of empathetic things. So
Yes.
yes, totally. Number 3, Luis, can you please read for us and answer that?
Yes, of course. Why not? In what jobs is empathy a bad thing to have?
What do you think? Hard question. There's a lot of
Uh,
jobs.
who have, tell me, who have, I mean, who has created, these questions?
Yes,
Was it
it was
you?
me. Sorry.
Oh. Don't be sorry. It's hard. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking, but I guess, oh my gosh. I guess all the jobs, because let's imagine that you are working under pressure and you are pressure for time. You cannot, feel empathy. For example, when someone is not doing a good job, is not performing well, just because that person is irresponsible or is not struggling to do the best.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to be, to feel empathy, to feel what other person is experiencing. That's hard. This question is hard. I'm kind of speechless. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Yes, yes, but I agree with you. I think all the jobs, like some of them are more than others, but I think most of them we like are human beings. It's normal to be
Yeah,
empathetic.
because from what I know, you can feel empathy toward other
Mm-hmm.
people when a person is emotionally destroyed. You understand what I
Yes.
mean?
Mm-hmm. Totally. Yes. Got your point. Thank you, Luis. Jean, what do you think? Do you think all the jobs, or there's uh, more jobs that you cannot
Well,
feel that?
I think, well, I think it depends, you know. But there is a job in my mind. It's Jude, you know, uh,
Mm-hmm.
because I think uh, you need to respect some lines because when you judging some person for what they do or there are some situations that the people can do something how I can say that off the law, like you know, but for a good reason,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know, to save or to save their daughter or their son or some situation, and then you need as a group, you need to you can you know be
Mm-hmm.
too empathic because it's hard to judge someone for this kind of situations, you know.
Yes, and you have to be impartial. Like
Yeah, exactly.
it's so difficult because you feel the story of both sides sometimes, and
Yeah,
I think there is always something in both that you agree and disagree, and
yeah,
it's hard.
exactly.
Yes,
Totally.
it's a good point. Good point. How about you, Gracie? Is that right? The pronunciation of your name, Gracie, or is Gracie?
Yes, it's
It's Grace.
correct. It's correct.
Okay.
Great. I think most the jobs needs empathy. But when you are manager, maybe that thing is most hard and sometimes is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, are you there?
Yes, we are listening.
Most of the time is hard for manager because he needs to be impartial, like you said before, but he needs understand the situation, a specific situation, and he needs to take a plan
Mm-hmm.
for manage this situation. So I think it's necessary to be empathy in most
Mm-hmm.
the jobs.
Y-
I think all the jobs, because I can imagine one job you can work if you don't have empathy. It's
Mm-hmm.
really difficult. I think it's difficult in any relationship because it's hard for every
Yes.
people.
Yes, totally agree. I would say the same thing. I think for managers or for leaders in general, I think it's hard to have too much empathy because sometimes you have to um, fire someone. So I think it's hard if you feel pity for them because otherwise you're going to start crying when you have to take uh, this step. I think so hard. But I agree with you. I think most of the jobs need that. But I was thinking about when you guys were saying, I was thinking about the sellers for something like in the shopping center, for example. I don't think they have to have so much empathy because they need to sell something, right? So of course they feel empathy, but I think it's not like a manager or stuff like that, only because they are humans and they feel the other person, but as they need to sell something, I think they don't have to be too empathetic also. So number 4, talking about jobs, why it might be bad or good for a doctor. We were not talking, no one talk about doctor, right? I'm not sure. About empathy. Do you think a doctor uh, needs or they must be too empathetic, or it's a bad thing for them? Gracie,
I
what do you
think he
think?
needs I think he needs to feel and to have empathetic because the person arriving the his class, his
Mm-hmm.
room, I don't know the name,
Mm-hmm.
and he needs to understand what's happening, and I think he needs to have empathetic with this with situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's important of the profession, his profession, and that's it.
Yes, and if
I can't explain very well because
no, you
my
could.
vocabulary is really small.
No problem, no problem. I understand perfectly. Um, but if a doctor, for example, uh, are do are with some patients and the patients die, for example, what do you think the doctor feel? Like it is good or bad for them to have too empathetic in this time, in this specific situation?
I think if he has too much empathetic in
Mm-hmm.
this situation, he will involve it in
Mm-hmm.
this situation, and I think he needs keep distance of family because if he is involved, he will cry, he will give a hug, and in this situation don't have anything to do, and
Yes.
he just say feel sorry, and this situation happens. We did all we need to do, and I'm so sorry.
Yes, that's it. I agree. How about you, Luis? What do you think? It's good or bad for a doctor to feel too much empathetic?
Yeah, I guess it's good. Because whoever the doctor is, he or she, will recognize, share, understand what it would be like, to be in that person's situation. And as Gracie, has mentioned, when the doctor is, treating and caring for a patient, he or she is doing
Yes.
the best they can. And
Most of
if
the time.
yeah, if a life, cannot be saved, what what could they do?
Yes, yes. I agree with you guys because the doctors need to feel empathetic towards other people. Otherwise, I think they wouldn't be a doctor, right?
Yes.
Like they need to have this empathetic and they need to like to work with people to
You know
feel
what?
the
I guess that is the first ability that the doctor, must train, because I guess
yes.
it's hard if leave your home every day to go, to a hospital, to see people every day, to deal with people,
And spend hours there.
people who have, different moods every single time. And of course, there are those who are, you know, really in need of, be listened to, and the doctor,
Yes.
and the other doctors, have to be prepared for that. They have to be, they have to be empathetic. They have to understand what the other people is experiencing and how they are, internally feeling bad. That's the point, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Totally agreed. How about you, Jean? I saw that you were thinking about something.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's because I've been watching some TV shows about doctors and about hospitals, and I have another point of view.
Share with
Because
us.
it's good. It's good for work. Like it's good when a doctor has empathy with the patient, but it's hard because when you build a relationship with your patient, it's hard to feel what they feel, and then something bad, something badly happens. It comes to can be painful, you know, and it's hard. It's good to be empathetic, but it's hard to feel, you know. So
Yes.
it's kind of I don't know. It's hard to think about it.
Yes, I agree with what Luis and Grace said, and also with Jan, because you cannot be too much. You have to have this with you, but not that much. Otherwise, you're going to sometimes feel depressed about it, right? Because you are dealing with life. So
Sometimes
that.
this person is used to do the same thing every day, all the time, and he feeling, but he can do anything else.
Yes, and I think
Like me,
mhm,
I'm care assistant, and I take care old persons,
mhm.
and sometimes I can do anything for them because sometimes they are sad, they are crying, they are feeling sometimes bad, and I just need to do my job, and I understand what they are feeling, but I can do anything else because I need to do my job and take care, and that's it. I
Yes, and
need
you are
to put
getting
my
used to.
feelings beside me and go.
Yes, and I think sometimes, as you said, you help a lot of people, right? And the doctors also. So I think they are getting used to this. Is it's something like that. Is what I think too. The five question. Grace, can you please read for us again?
Yes, do you think that people are born with empathy or are they taught it?
Yes.
Taught?
It's like when someone teaches you something. Like it's something
Uh,
that we were born with that, or we are teach.
I think we learn
Mm-hmm.
as long life,
Mm-hmm.
because I think every people have empathy, but I think is learned as long of the life. Um, I don't think it is. I don't think it you born with empathy. You learn
Mm-hmm.
to have empathy, I think.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Gia? Do you think we are born with that, or we are taught it?
Well, well, I totally agree with Grace because it's not something that it's not about your personality, not about. I think it's not an ability, you know. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's the kind of thing that I think your environment taught you, like your parents, your relatives, and I think uh, that is there are kind of situations that you see uh, how the other person around you feel or what they do in
Mm-hmm.
this situation, and then you see how to how to do the same, how to learn, and I think it's everything about your environment.
Yes. Yes. Another good point. And Luis, what about you?
What about me? From my point of view, I guess, from my point of view, it can be taught and it
Mm-hmm.
can be learned. When somebody is growing up and is developing, not developing, but acknowledging that people can show signs of emotions,
Mm-hmm.
and when somebody perceives that, the empathy is almost developed,
Mm-hmm.
if not complete, developed. That's why I think it can be learned and taught. Because, for example, you can teach me how to be empathetic to other people.
Mm-hmm.
You can teach Gian, you can teach Gracie, I can teach Gracie, how to recognize someone's signs. I mean, when someone is emotionally destroyed, when someone, is there's nothing, when somebody does not have or is not mentally good, or does not or is not feeling good to deal, to talk to someone, or to socialize. That's the point when when you have then to put it into practice. That's the point.
Yes.
I guess it can be learned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a different point of view. I think everyone are born with that because we are human beings. We have feelings, and as we said, it's something that we are developing. So I think everyone is born with that, but some people they are developing that more. It depends on the environmental, as Jan said, and some people they don't have that much. It depends on the situation, depends on your creation, your family, your friends, the environment that you are inserted in. I agree. We have a lot of different point of views that
Yeah.
matching.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you a doctor? Are you a doctor?
Me?
Yes.
No, I'm engineering.
Okay.
Because I look like a doctor.
Yes.
No, but I am not. I think I wouldn't be able to like see a lot of blood and stuff like that. But I am not. So guys, I will skip some questions because I think we are running out of time, and I would like to do more two questions. The question number 7: what does the phrase "I feel your pain" mean? Have you ever felt someone else's pain? And I would like to know if a situation that you felt sorry, feel the pain of another person, can be someone from your family or your friend. Luis, can you start?
Yes, I can start. Um, oh my gosh. Yes. What does the phrase "I feel sorry" mean? I feel your pain. That's empathy.
Mm-hmm.
When I say that, to someone, I am being, empathetic. And if I, if I have felt someone else's pain, yes,
Mm-hmm.
I have, have felt that when a friend of mine was fired.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and and I could feel that pain, and I know when how hard it is to face, you know, to face this problem. And what I told him, only a few words, just that is a matter of time,
Mm-hmm.
and the best is waiting for you. The best is coming, and every day we are learning something, even
Yes.
from difficulties, from difficulty situations. We are
Mm-hmm.
learning from our mistakes, from life. That's it.
Yes, and I think the most important thing is to tell the other person that we are with them, regardless the situation, right? I think that is
Yeah.
the good thing about being feel empathy with other person. What do you think, Gracie? What do you think about the phrase "I feel your pain"? What does it mean?
Today, I
Mm.
today I saw a story on Instagram by a girl which I met her here in Ireland,
Mhm.
and she missed her mom 8 months ago, and today she puts in on Instagram. She had a dream with her mom, and she feels a hug.
Mhm.
She feels a hug in her dream. And when I saw the history on Instagram, I feel emotion with this situation, and I reply the history, and I say to her, and I feel sorry. I feel your pain,
Mhm.
but everything's gonna be okay. And I think this phrase is just a kind of comfortable.
Mhm.
Do you understand? A kind
Yes.
I don't know, a kind of comfortable, and you can take this pain, any pain, and you can feel the same thing when you have empathy, or when you past the same thing, you live
Mhm.
and you live the same thing. And
Mhm.
I think this story is about this phrase is that's empathy. If you have empathy for someone, you can feel your pain, her
Mhm.
pain.
Yes.
And I feel pain when I read this explanation on Instagram about her dream.
Mhm.
It's so
Yes.
so sad. And
Yes.
that's
That's
it.
it. It's a good point. And Jean, have you ever felt someone else's pain? And what do you think about this phrase? What was the situation?
Well, um, I can remember any situation about that, but I think the harder part is uh, you see the pain in the other, and you can
Mhm.
do anything about it. You know, like
Yes.
you want to help and you want to do something, but you can't, and it's hard to see even someone that you love in suffering or something. So it's hard. But the good part of that is uh, I think you can be by the side, you know. You can be there for
Mhm.
everything that is good or that you can do. So uh, yeah, it's kind of a hard situation because uh,
Mhm.
you can feel, you can see, but you can't do anything. It's hard, but I think uh, as Grace says, uh, you need to be there for this person, you know. And I think it's the most important.
Yes, yes, I agree with you. And I felt someone else's pain when I told you before about my friend that she broke up with her boyfriend and she was bad, she was sad, and I told her that I was feeling her pain because I went through that some months ago, but I told her that I was there if she needs something, and I think it is what I feel your pain means to be there to another person if she needs to talk, and don't judge also. I think it's very important, like the situation sometimes when we are when we feel empathy, I think we cannot judge the person, but tell them that we are there for everything that they need.
You know, Isabella, now I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
If you were supportive, for your friend, who was supportive for you when you were, facing hard times?
When who is
Who was supportive for you?
oh, this friend was for me. Yes, because we are like sisters and not the same blood, but okay. And I have a few friends, and also my brother. He helped me a lot because he's only 4 years younger than me,
Yeah.
and he go through some things like that also. But I think most of my friends, because I don't usually share that with my family, but my friends
I got it.
also,
I
most of
got it.
them. Guys, I will return people back. I'm sorry that we could not answer all the questions. I would be here like for more time. 1 hour passes very quickly, right? And I'm going to return them back, and then we can finish the conversation. Just a moment. I told them that we are finishing the rooms. I think we have time for one question before everyone came here. Who is the most empathetic person you know? Gracie. Quickly
Who is
returning.
the most empathetic?
Person that you know.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe my
it's you.
friends.
Yeah, I think it's
Um,
you. I think it's you because you take care of older people, right? I think it's a very nice job.
yes, are, but have some difficulties of the language and the accent of the Irish is really strong. But I think they are empathetic with me, because when I start to work there, I didn't speak anything, and now I can keep a conversation. I make many mistakes, but I can keep a conversation. I can understand. I can talk, and I think my clients are really empathetic with me more than me.
Great. Sorry, guys, I cannot answer the questions for Jean and for Luis because we are running out of time. But I would like to know how was the conversation in other classes. Andrea, how was it for you?
It was good. Deep
Yes.
subject, but I like it so much.
Great. Bruna, how was for you?
It was great. Some questions were pretty hard to answer, but we tried, it was great.
Could you manage to do all of them because we couldn't here?
We could, and I found another one on Google. Then it was the last one,
Oh, yes. Alexandre, how was for you? It's Alexandre, right?
Yeah, I had good conversation. I was looking now for the meaning, having the ability to imagine how someone else feels, like the be empathetic. A kind and empathetic friend, program training docs to be empathetic. So I think the empathetic is very good feeling.
Yes.
To share with other people.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
And did you like the conversation?
I like it so much.
Okay, great. So, guys, we are running out of time. We end up here at 9 p.m. So, I hope you guys like the conversation. I'm going to send the link of the YouTube about our conversation. And I would like to ask you to do a like if you like the conversation or not, if you didn't. And I hope you guys all enjoyed it and come back more time here. So have a nice evening and a nice
Thank you.
rest of the week.
You too.